My concern over here is the falling rupee against the dollar.
But people say that because of so much of FII selling which is happening and then the redemption is happening,
Right.
somehow RBI is not taking a clear step just to safeguard the idea that let them finish off with whatever they're doing and then eventually will take up a step. Also, in the commentary, like the governor very clearly stated that these are the benefits that we are trying to make in GDP figures, that because of that weaker rupee, our exports are becoming viable. So, how do you take that particular thing to be like?
Rachit, first of all, there are multiple things that affect this. FI selling on the whole is just a part of the weakening rupee. It's just a
Hmm.
part of it. The Indian government buying gold in in the market, in the international market, that is a lot of dollar outflow.
Right.
Our oil purchases is an extremely high amount of dollar outflow.
Hmm.
So these are two things that are extremely this thing. And I have not, frankly speaking, I would have expected RBI to step in and start supporting the rupee once it crossed 90.
Hmm.
Because from what I have seen in the past, RBI usually steps in to support the the rupee. On the contrary, RBI this week has done an auction also, put in flushed in liquidity also into the system. RBI also cut rates. So there is nothing that they're doing to support the falling rupee. On the contrary, they're doing something opposite.
Huh. That's what.
So this
And
is
somehow
this is
the bond markets are also behaving in a weird manner. They are not behaving as if the rate cut has happened. They are also going in the wrong, other direction.
Yes, yes. So there is definitely either there is a very bigger picture that you and I are not able to see at the moment, or there is a possibility that RBI has bigger directives to follow, or something, a goal which is more, they have to prioritize than actually supporting the INR.
Right.
Maybe that goal is to push in our consumption, which
Hmm.
has been a center of focus for the government for a long time, to just boost consumption by any how. So maybe if that is the goal, that is the primary goal, then all of this takes a backseat. uh, and it is also possible that instead of manipulating this, the RBI must have taken a stand to let it cool off and let the whole natural forces of demand and supply cool it off. It is
Hmm.
it is it is very much possible. So yes, so there are multiple things that may have affected the decision of RBI of not tinkering with this. I was actually quite surprised after the commentary. I really expected RBI to, because on their past actions, based on that, I expected them to support the INR, which is not happening. So yeah, so we were talking about the rate cut, which is going to come in February. The only reason I don't I see that may be a question on the rate
Hmm.
cut in February is, uh, see, I don't expect inflation to jump up. The only thing is, if rupee continues to weaken,
Hmm.
maybe at 90, RBI did not find the need to support it, but at 92 or 93, when there is a panic, you know, then there might be a pressure on the RBI to actually support the rupee.
Are we actually looking at those figures 92, 93?
Rachit, what is not believable right now in the markets? If you see, uh, there is a very very sharp. I think I was talking to someone about the fall of rupee in terms of FI terms. I think in the last 15 years, at an average 3.4% or some, that kind of fall rupee has taken.
Okay.
Okay, that is per year.
Hmm.
3.4, 3.6%, if I am not mistaken. I'm not remembering the exact thing, but it is somewhere in that range. So, we're looking at just about under 4% fall every year, year on year. That's the average over the last 15
Hmm.
years. Okay. And what is worse is, Rachit, after a certain level of fall in
Hmm.
the rupee, it somehow gets factored into the system, and the system gets okay with it.
Right.
हम 45 के डॉलर में भी ओके थे, हम 50 के भी थे, 70 के भी थे, 80 के भी थे, अब हम 90 के में भी हो जाएंगे ओके. It is not, it is not something that, because what you see, if you see the chart of dollar over the last 15 years or 20 years, in terms of retracement, there is hardly any retracement. मतलब एक साल में या 2 साल में 6% या 8% अगर डॉलर स्ट्रांग होता है,
Hmm.
if there is a correction, there's hardly 30-40% correction, and that
Right.
too over a period of time. 30-40 भी I'm giving a very very high number. Rachit, if
Hmm.
you see, there's hardly once the dollar hit 85, there was hardly a 10% correction after that. मतलब 85 hit करने के बाद it has never seen a value of 76. At best,
Hmm.
it is in a value of 81 or 82. तो ये क्या, ये तो 4-5% का करेक्शन हुआ. 82 तक एक बार नीचे चला गया, फिर वापस इट स्टार्ट्स मूविंग अप, देन इट विल मेक अ न्यू हाई ऑफ 87 और 88, लेट्स से, and
Hmm.
maybe it trades into a side range of between 86 and 88 or 86 and 89 for
Right.
maybe 6 months. But once it has made a high around 89, then we are not expecting it to go back to 80 or 82 also.
Hmm.
There'll be only a 4 or 5 rupee kind of a correction in dollar. तो उसमें रिट्रेसमेंट बहुत कम है. एंड वो रिट्रेसमेंट कम होने की वजह, रचित, बिकॉज आर कांस्टेंट imports, whether it's on a personal basis or an individual basis, or as a country we are constantly importing oil and gold. So, there is no chance that rupee will stabilize or start gaining strength against the dollar. This cycle will not be able to reverse. सो आज अगर 90 है और अगले 3 महीने में 93 नहीं होगा, ये इसकी कोई देर इज नो वन टू से दैट इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. इट्स
I
हंड्रेड
mean, it's
परसेंट
not a very
पॉसिबल.
surprising figure that we're looking at, because
I
any
will
which way
I
above
will not be
90,
surprised.
it is becoming difficult for some people to even think कि it will sustain over here. But yes, the way you are telling us and the way the history tells us
Yes,
about the
yes.
entire story.